Wow! Oh my god! Oh my god! What the heck? Yeah. Hi guys, what's up? And welcome to my video. I hope you guys are doing great. Right now I'm sitting in my sister's room because we are going to do a room makeover for her. So in about a month I'm going to move to California. So before I leave I want to do something really nice for her, and she's always been talking about how she wants to redo her room because she doesn't like it, it's not her style. But I've always been too lazy and kind of like, I don't care. But I thought I would be a nice sister for this last month. So, and she doesn't really have a specific style or type, but I do know that she wants her room to look very aesthetic, and I kind of have a picture in my head how I want it to look. So there's going to be a lot of whites because it's fresh and clean and it really opens up the space. And we also going to add a lot of plants, green plants, because it really makes the room feel alive, and she really likes plants, so yeah. And I kind of want to give her a beach vibe, so we are going to add some blue in it. As you guys can see, she really likes blue. But if you guys have watched My Life as Eva's house tour, you guys know exactly what I mean, because her house is the definition of goals. I don't really have a budget, but I do want to spend as less money as I can, of course, which I'm not really good at. But we'll try, we'll do our best. Okay, so yesterday I was actually at IKEA and I got a few things, and I also vlogged. So I'm just going to show you guys the vlog. Hey guys, what's up? It's Tuesday, it's the second day, and today I'm going to IKEA with my friend. So right now I'm waiting for her, and then we are going off. Looks like a day. Okay guys, this is my friend Farah. Hi. Vad fin du är. Tack.
Are you recording?
Hello everybody, I am back and I'm recording on my iPhone. I hope you guys don't mind because my sister took all my memory cards, so yeah, but whatever, it works. So I have done some shopping, and most of these things are for DIYs, and today we're going to make the first DIY. We are going to try and transform my ugly ass, trashy ass chair and make it look prettier and more usable and more beautiful. I'm not really sure if it's going to work, but I hope it does, because if it works we have saved some money. So this is actually my own desk chair that I've been using for years, and that's why it looks kind of trashy. But it works and it's still very comfortable. So what you need for this DIY is fabric. So there are so many ways you can do this. You can choose by yourself, but I just went for something very cheap and clean. So this is just I don't know what to call it, but it's the thing you put on bed, you know, a sheet, I think, I don't know. But it was really cheap and it's white, so that's great. And we have a lot of fabric. And you're also going to need a staple gun, but if you already have this at home, then I mean this DIY is going to be really cheap for you. And you will probably also need some pliers and hot glue, but I'm not sure, so we're just going to see. So what we're going to do is take off this black thing so it's not in the way, and we basically just going to unscrew these things. Okay, not this one, but these and these. And those. As you guys can see, half of it is done. This is the thing you sit on. Yep. But I still have this part left, which is this part. I don't know what to call it, so yeah. But I have no freaking idea how to fix this because this is the backing, as you guys can see. I don't know how to do it. I was thinking about getting spray glue and then just spray it on and glue the fabric down like this. But I can't wait for the spray to arrive because my sister really needs the chair now. So I'm just gonna think about a temporary solution because I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so tired of this. I just want to get this done. So I'm just gonna do something temporary. I don't know. So as you guys can see, I've glued it down. I basically just put it like this, glue it, and that's it. So I'm just gonna get this part done and then I'm going to cut all of the excess fabric away. Okay, so I just have this fabric on top. I'm just gonna fold it to get a nice edge and then just glue it down like this. Okay, so I've glued this down and I think it looks pretty good actually. It's not like super secure, I guess, but let me show you guys how I did it. And I am using a hot glue gun. Okay, so I only have this glue stick left, so I'm trying to be very economic with the glue. So I've glued the whole backside, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's really bumpy and ugly. It looks really uneven, and yeah, it doesn't really look that nice, but it's all covered in white. So I'm thinking about doing something. I'm gonna show you. So I still have this big ass fabric left. I'm just going to tie it somehow. For this next DIY, I made an attempt on these really cute tie-dye pillowcases that I've seen all over Pinterest and YouTube, and I'm freaking obsessed. It looks so good, and I got this trashy fabric dye in a store, and I did read the instructions, but it was so fucking complicated, so I was like, fuck this, I'ma follow my own rules. So I mixed boiled water with dye and some salt. And then I followed a YouTube tutorial by a YouTube channel called Christina Ramirez. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but yeah, I was like, alright, simple, easy DIY. This is going to turn out lit.
One, two, three, funky.
I basically put the pillowcases in the water for like 45 minutes and then I rinse them, and oh my god, the whole fucking thing turned blue. No joke, it's not even blue. There is no freaking pattern and I got so freaking disappointed. So my sister had these big black frames in her room and I decided to spray paint them white instead, just to go with the aesthetic, you know. So I started by using a wet towel and get the dust off these frames, and it's really important to get these into the corners so there's no dust left, you know. By the way, I actually got the picture frame in the middle from a second-hand store for about $2. So a tip is to go to the thrift stores and look for frames because they usually have a lot of them and they are super cheap. And then I used a white matte spray paint and I ended up using 2 bottles actually. This whole process is pretty self-explanatory. You just spray one layer and wait for about a minute before you go on to the next layer. And I had to do a few layers. I can't really remember how many, but maybe 3 or something. I don't know. So for the frames I ordered these really overpriced posters from a site called Zenio, and I think you get like 20% off your first purchase, but it's still pretty pricey. And I actually used PicMonkey to kind of play around with different posters and see how it would look before I purchased. It actually looks so much better on the screen than in reality. Once I spray paint, I get addicted, so I ended up spray painting a few other things. So here I'm just putting newspaper on top to protect the soil, and then I'm spray painting the big ass pot. And you guys are probably like, is she blind? It's already white, man. But it might look like so in the camera, but it's actually kind of yellow in real life, more like a off-white color, which really bothers me. So my aloe vera plant was getting thick as fuck, love that for her, but I felt like it needed to be repotted, and I also wanted to grow more aloe vera plants. So I tried to trim my aloe vera and I watched so many YouTube videos just to learn how to do it, but none of them explained my freaking situation. In the YouTube tutorials they talk about pops and separating the baby from the mother by separating the roots. Bitch, there were no babies and they didn't even have roots, so yeah, they were all like growing into each other, and I have no freaking idea what I'm doing here, but I'm either saving it or killing it. I guess I will know soon. So we managed to get rid of the piano, so now we have a lot of space, and this is the fun part, the room makeover itself. I started by changing the curtains and the bed. These curtains are actually mine. Most of these you guys are going to see are my things that I got from my bedroom, and I think I got these curtains at a Swedish department store called Ullared Gekås. It's just simple basic white curtains. And then I changed her bed into white duvets. It's from IKEA, don't buy it. It didn't have those holes in the top, which sucks, and the quality is pretty bad, so I actually ended up using the blue duvets that she already had in the beginning because it looked so much better. Then I added things like green plants. The small ones are from IKEA as well as the pots, and the gold thing that I put the pot in is actually found at a second-hand store. Super cute. Can't forget the nightstand and a lamp. These are again mine, and the box is actually made by my little sister. Now to my favorite part of the room, the fairy light wall. It's magical. What you will need for this DIY is white curtains that are sheer so that light can get through. These are called Lil. They are from IKEA, of course. I also got this curtain rod at IKEA. These were only $1. What? You also need command hooks, and last but not least you will need string lights, and I got this from Rusta, a Swedish department store, and they are 7.8 meters long, so I got 2 of them. The first thing I did was to test the lights to make sure that they work. I then hung up the curtain rod on the wall, and I chose to use hooks because it's so much more simple and it works fine because the curtains are not heavy at all. So I measured where I wanted them to hang, and I wanted them to be as high up as possible, and then I marked it and I hammered the hooks into the wall, no complicado. And then I cut the length of them so that it would end at the floor. To know exactly how many hooks I needed, I tested by just hanging the lights onto the curtain rod. I then knew that I needed 6 hooks, so I hung up one on each side. I then measured the distance and divided it by 6 to know the distance between each hook. I then hung up the rest of the hooks and realized that, oh my god, there is too much space between the last ones. I then realized that I should have divided it by 5, not 6, because logic. So I had to redo the whole fucking shit, and then I was done with the hooks and I hung up the lights. And this is just my way of explaining how I hung up the lights. Instead of hanging up the lights like this, I hung them up by the twist, as you guys can see, so it's more secure and it stays in place. For the extra wires, I just wrapped it around the adapter and secured it with a hair tie and pushed everything behind the bed. Okay guys, I've been editing this video for days, so therefore I look like shit and I can't record a proper outro. But I do want to tell you guys the final and total cost for this room makeover. In total I spent $145, and I didn't really mention everything I bought in this video, and I guess you could say this room makeover was less than $145 since I didn't really use everything. But yeah, it's the end of this video and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye!